Apologies, everyone, for the late start. Apologies for the late start. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Life is But a Stream. And if I could get my pen, if I could, if I could just find my pen. Okay, here it is. I got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So, as you guys could see, the title GTVR 76. Big up, man. How you doing? How are you today? How are you tonight? Hope you had a wonderful day today, or a wonderful night, wherever it is that you are in this world. Where are you from? While you tell us where you're from, let me just kind of just you know prepare what it is that I didn't even really write anything down or anything like that. This is just I'm gonna freestyle it. But whenever anything comes to me, whenever an idea comes to me, I have this notepad, this empty notepad. I got a pen, so I'm gonna write it down. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate that. Where are you from? So yeah, as you can see in the title, single men and women should do this before your next relationship or situationship. You know, there's times when we're in relationships, right? We'll be in a relationship and we'll think to ourselves, man, I can't stand the relationship that I'm in. I can't stand, maybe my significant other or whatever it is, right? Like, he says, I'm still in Germany. I'm going to have to write that down. GTRVR 76 is in Germany. All right, cool. So now I know where you are. South Germany, right? Something along those lines, I believe is what you said. I do slightly remember that conversation. But yeah, guys, you know, sometimes it's single people, right? Whether you be a single man or a single woman, right? You are exactly where you wanted to be the last time you were in a relationship sometimes, right? Sometimes that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes you wish you were still with your significant other, whomever that was, right? But here you are now. You find yourself single. Now, as a single person, right, who once was in a relationship and is now single, oftentimes now you're wishing you were in another relationship, right? Without first finding happiness, without first settling down, getting to know yourself, right? And it's pivotal that you do that, right? It's pivotal that you get to know yourself. It's pivotal that you find happiness within yourself. Because if you're not happy with yourself, what are you going to do? You're going to go and be in another relationship, right? Be in a relationship and not have anything to offer. Be in a relationship, and I don't necessarily mean something material, right? It's not about being able just to provide them with something, right? It may be something along the lines of, well, am I getting into this relationship so that I could learn to be happy? Am I approaching this relationship so that I could learn, to love, right? When these are things that you might want to figure out before you get into a relationship. GTVR 76 says, in July 4th, 2004, we are going back to England, my home country. Big up to England, your home country, home of the Premier League, home of my beloved Arsenal Football Club, and a host of other really good clubs as well. But big up to England, big up to you, GTVR. I appreciate you, GTRVR. If that's what you want me to call you, maybe I'll just call you 76 because it's easier for me to remember that, right? But yeah, it's one of those things. Now you find yourself being single, and you're still unhappy. So, is there a common denominator in this situation? Right? When you're in a relationship, you were unhappy. When you're single, now you're unhappy. Right? I'm not saying that you were the problem, right? But you see how you have a role to play in your own happiness. The biggest role to play in your own happiness is the one that you play, to be completely honest with you, right? No one else is going to be able to do that but you. No one else is going to be able to make you happy but yourself. So now that you find yourself being single, now that you find yourself being single, what next? Okay, well, now I'm single. I'm not bogged down by this relationship. I can go to the places that I want provided that I don't have any restrictions. I can travel. I can get to know the world. I can see new things. I can experience new things. Right? So that's the beauty about being single a lot of times as well. Is that you don't have as much restrictions as you would have had you been in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? So now that you're single and enjoying life as you should be doing, right? You now have the opportunity to travel and go absolutely and any and everywhere that you want to go, right? Only thing that's really stopping you is yourself. As a matter of fact, hold on, give me a second. Oh no, never mind. False alarm. Right. So, you know, I've seen situations, right? I've experienced situations when people were in a relationship and they were completely miserable. And they just wanted to put the blame on the other person in the relationship. And then they get incentivized, or they get the bright idea that maybe what they should do is go out there and explore and experiment, right? But still not wanting to let go of the thing, whatever it is that they have, they don't want to let go of that. But they still want to experience new things and new people, right? I'll tell you guys a story. I'm going to keep the names private, right? But I know of a situation, right? I was around a situation, right? Where, let's say this friend of mine, right? Somebody that I knew in the past had a relationship with this young lady, right? They had a child together. This young lady had a job. Young lady did what she was supposed to do, everything that she could do. I'm not gonna say everything was perfect because you don't know, right? But at the same time, he still wanted to hold on to that relationship. Whole time, he was cheating with someone else who was in a completely different relationship, right? And now the girl that he's cheating with, right? Extremely toxic female that he was cheating with. Extremely toxic. She would, I mean, in terms of, um, you know, joining like this partner, like in Jamaica, they call it a partner, where people have like, where people kind of give up money. Like, let's say, for instance, right, you have, let's say that the partner is $8,000 and each person is dropping $1,000 each, right? And this is, just pulling out a number. So she will be the banker. And instead of her giving the people back their draw when they're supposed to get their draw, like she'll take the first draw and not give anyone back their money, right? So like this is the type of female that we're talking about. Like, wasn't honest at all, would always gaslight, was always getting into arguments with his mother, right? And then the crazy part about it is this. So the woman that he was cheating with, right? The woman that he was cheating with, her husband, right, would always play football with the guy that I know, right? So her husband was always playing football with this guy. So this guy is playing football with the husband. And then meantime, when the husband's not around, he's at this guy's wife's house, right? And both of them are in separate relationships. So the wife is in a relationship with the husband that they play ball together, and he's in a completely separate relationship back here with someone completely different. And here they are cheating with one another, cheating on one another, cheating with it's a whole bunch of confusion. But I mean, there was so much lie, so much deception. I mean, there was so much toxicity, right? But he could not help but go back to this lady who was probably 10, 15 years his senior. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe 15 is a stretch, but definitely more than 10 years his senior, right? And, could not get enough of that situation. And it was rather unfortunate. I don't know what has come of them because I haven't really communicated much with him. But it was just one of those things, right? You see people, they're in a relationship. They know the relationship may not necessarily be what it is that they want, yet still they won't let go. Yet still they won't, maybe go be with the person that they want to be with. Maybe go try being single for a little while, right? The objective is to just take as much energy as I possibly can for myself, right? And that's how people think. You understand what I'm saying? But let me get into some of these messages. KC Kara says, "From what I heard, you're using paper not for writing, but for rolling doobies. You'll be doing a lot of doobie rolling in a van down by the river." Matt Foley. I don't roll doobies anymore. I do not roll doobies anymore. Paul says Trump 2024, according to Paul. Pasalaki, what, Django? Hello, handsome. How you doing? Whoever you are. Arturo Gonzalez says, praise him. He is not made of wood or stone. He is alive. Pray for revival. Big up yourself. No woman, no cry. Okay, cool. That's a Bob Marley reference. No woman, no cry. Big up yourself. Sub, bro. Can I get a shout out? Hey, okay. Haywood. Oh, that's one of the. That's actually funny. That's actually funny. I'm gonna say your first name, and then I'm gonna pause and say your last name. Shout out to Haywood, whose last name is Jablomi. Big shout outs to you. Oscar Sanchez says hi from Mexico. Hello, Oscar Sanchez. Big up to Mexico. Big up to Medellin. Big up to Mexico City. Big up to Guadalajara. Big up to all of Mexico. Someone says the devil is very real. Repent while you still can. Haywood says, hell yeah, bro. Haywood, you weren't exactly trying to get me to say something. Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. That's where Oscar Sanchez is from. Thank you, Oscar. You should probably subscribe to the channel because I was able to guess that, on this, what was that, the second try? I think you should subscribe. I think that's a fair trade, if you ask me. But yeah, guys, oftentimes people get themselves into relationships, right? They get into relationships and they're not happy in a relationship. They leave the relationship, they're still not happy. So what is the common denominator in that situation? Who is the common denominator? What is the same factor? Because you left a person that wasn't making you happy, and here you are with the opportunity to find happiness. And what do? You sit there and you sulk and you think to yourself, man, I need to go off and be in a different relationship. Without finding yourself, without learning your likes and dislikes, without building your own boundaries, finding out what your standards are, and sticking to those standards. Oftentimes, we get deceived into thinking that all of the answers are out there and that none of the answers are in here. When what we really need to do, right, is to attract, right? Not just go out there chasing it, right? We're so geared to hunting, to going out there and capturing what it is that we want, as opposed to attracting what it is that we want and what it is that we're looking for in a significant other, right? So we have to be thinking in terms of that as opposed to how it is that we were thinking in the past. 20 people in here, 6 likes. You guys, please keep hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. One love for all of you. I really appreciate everyone who is here. You like MF Doom? I'm not entirely sure what that is, Matt. Someone, Zeus, says junkie. Okay. Rise above superstition. We need you out here. Big up yourself, freak bait. Zeus says, okay, Zeus. Yeah. You're out of here. Take care, man. Have a wonderful night. But yeah, guys. Good morning, Sunil. How are you doing, brother? Thank you so much, Oscar, for subscribing and like. Manish Kumar says, praise the Lord. Big up yourself, Manish Kumar. Sunil says, hey, Mark. Sunil, you lucky I haven't found a name to call you yet. But big up yourself, Sunil from India. Matt says, rapper that is very big inspiration to rappers. Aisley's back in the house. Big up yourself, Aisley. I believe it was you that was asking to be a mod last time. So I am going to make you a moderator this time if you so choose. I'm going to make you a standard moderator. So thank you so much, Aisley. I really appreciated you last night, and I appreciate you for being back again today, right? I actually thought about it, and I was like, man, she's such a sport. So I King Rev says, what is this stream about? So we're talking about single men and women and what they should do before they get into the next relationship, right? And to put everything in a nutshell or in an eggshell or whatever shell that is that you put everything into, to kind of round it up because you've missed so much, instead of you going back once this video is done, I'll just tell you right off the rip, right? Because we neglect to find our own happiness, right? So we want to approach and get into relationships in order to take happiness. We feel as if it's something outside of us that we have to capture, right? When it's not, right? You find happiness in your experiences. You find happiness within, right? None but ourselves could free our mind. None but ourselves really could make us happy. But once we have happiness and we have an abundance of happiness, and we're now able to share happiness with other people. And if that person has an abundance of happiness as well, then we're just sharing happiness not only with ourselves, but we're sharing happiness with everyone that's around us. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's one thing that people really underestimate, right? Being happy. Finding happiness as a single person, going on trips, taking it doesn't even have to be a vacation. From yesterday to today, I've been upstate New York, right? I went as far as Kingston, New York. I've never been to Kingston, New York before. I may have driven through it. I do not recall or remember, right? But I went to Kingston, New York. I went to Stony Point, New York. I went to Bear Mountain. I went all over New York today, right? And it just felt good. The further away I got from the city, the happier I started to become. The more the music got better, the more I could just completely immerse myself in this music and immerse myself into this happiness and to just feel the high frequency and the high vibration and to look at the trees and to look at the rocks and to look at the new people, and the world just came alive around me. The world just came alive around me, and all I had to do was hit that switch. I just hit the switch, right? And traveled, right? Gained new experiences. Came back a wiser man. Came back a more experienced man. Came back a man that is happy, right? So yeah, guys, I think that's something that we all should do, right? So instead of you being single and feeling to yourself, oh my God, I need to go get myself a different relationship, you're going to attract the right person, right? But just continue to vibrate high. Continue to focus on yourself. Continue to focus on just being happy, right? You're going to attract who you need to attract, right? As a matter of fact, you're going to attract a lot more people. Right? So now you have to be selective in who it is that you allow into your vibration, into your frequency, into your zone, right, so to speak. I like to use those words, vibration and frequency and energy, and I sometimes use them interchangeably, right? But it's, yeah, it's just one of those things. Let me get into some more of these messages, right? Because last night somebody really got up with me. They were like, "Hey, man, you're not reading my messages." It's 26 people in here, and I want 26 new subscriptions. And I also want at least the bare minimum 15 likes to this video, right? You guys are getting gems, and I think the least that you can do to return the favor to the universe is to like the video, is to subscribe to the channel. Let me get to know the chat. Let me see what it is that you guys are saying in the chat. Manish Kumar says, "May God bless you. Are you sung for Jesus?" Big up yourself, Manish Kumar. "I find my joy in the Lord. The fruit, the Spirit of God, is joy. The world's happiness doesn't last. Yes, joy only in the Lord." If you're talking about seeking God, then yeah, you will find peace, because peace is a person, that Jesus. Big up yourself. Big up to everyone who is religious. But I have to tell you guys, I am not religious. I don't plan on being religious at any time. I think God, or Jesus, right, is a great man. I think he came with a lot of experience. I think he had a lot of things that he taught people. And, I tip my hat off to him, and I respect everyone's religion, right? But this isn't the place to, for everyone to just come and just, not be respectful of other people's perspective, because there's going to be other people that have different perspectives as well, right? So if that's your truth, that's fine and dandy. We completely accept that this is how it is that you view the world. But everyone doesn't view the world the same way. So big up to Jesus, big up to all the Christians out there, big up to all the Muslims out there, big up to the Hindus out there. This isn't necessarily this is not even a religious podcast, I'm going to be completely honest with you, but we are accepting of other people who have different religions and who practice different things. I don't know what else I could really say about that, but please don't come here and making other people feel uncomfortable, whether in any way, shape, or form. But thank you so much for sharing what it is that, you believe in. Big up yourself. Manish says, yeah, his only friend is Jesus. Big up yourself, Manish. Oscar Sanchez says, "Here, Mexico, have a word to say. Mayor solo que ma acompanando. It mean it be better alone than with bad women." Oh my God, Oscar. I gotta tip my hat off to you, and I gotta absolutely clap you up for that, because that is a remarkable statement, and I really appreciate those words. I think those are words that a lot of people could really live by, right? Because even in the Proverbs, it's right. People were talking about Christianity, right? Even in Proverbs, I believe it was Proverbs that I believe it was it's a chapter in Proverbs, something of the liking of this, right? So you guys could look it up somewhere on the internet. But I think it says it's better to live in the corner of an attic or something along those lines than to live with a quarrelsome wife, right? And I'm sure it goes both ways as well, right? Like, nobody wants to be in a miserable situation. And if you are in a miserable situation, you might want to get away from that, right? I'm not going to say every relationship is going to be perfect, because it's not going to be perfect, right? It's not perfection, right? But it's about communication. It's about respect. It's about setting a foundation with the values of both, or all the people that are in a relationship, and respecting one another's boundaries. And if you guys are able to do that, you guys will be able to work through just about anything, right? And if you've grown beyond the relationship where you no longer feel the feelings that you felt before, I think it's a person of integrity to be like, yo, you know what? This isn't working for me anymore. I want something different, right? This is just not the same. I don't feel the same anymore. Blase, blase. That may or may not hurt the other person, or the other person may be thinking the same exact thing you were thinking, right? Or the other person may have picked up on the fact that maybe you guys aren't as close as you once were. So it's okay if we part ways, right? There's no sense in everybody making one another happy. Find happiness, travel, go have fun, go experience the world. When's the last time you've been on a boat ride? When's the last time you've been in a helicopter? When's the last time you've experienced life for yourself, right? Gain some new experiences. Maybe go try some new food. Go somewhere that you've never been. It's such a beautiful world. It is a beautiful world right around. Beauty is not something that's just indigenous or isolated or something that's just at one part of the world. Beauty is absolutely all around the world, and the world is all of ours, right? So God blessed you to have the experience on this planet to go and experience the whole entire world. And here you are sitting in a room, maybe upset with yourself because you were in a relationship that didn't work out. Nah, don't be upset with yourself, right? Live, learn from that experience, learn about yourself, learn about your boundaries, and keep pushing forward, guys. Absolutely keep pushing forward. You know what I mean? Let me get back into some more of these super chats. I absolutely love these super chats. I absolutely love and adore you guys, even the trolls, but make sure it's funny. Hello, I am from Brazil. Big up to Brazil. Big up to Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, all over Brazil. Big fan of Brazil. Always loved Brazilian soccer, even though now Spain has actually taken over from Brazil. But always been a fan of those, the Ronaldinhos and Ronaldos and the Rivaldos and, Roberto Carloses and, all of those guys, man. Yeah, big shout outs to Brazil. Kaká, Robinho. I could go on and on and on for days. But yeah, big fan of Brazil. Big up to Brazil. Sunil says, single life is the best. Is it Sunil that said that? Single life is the best life making. Big up to yourself, Sunil. Big up to your perspective. 30 people in here right now. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. The least that you could do. We are dropping gems on you right now. So this is a simple way to just return the love by subscribing and joining our community, right? We're very acceptance. Does your knee grow fast? Does your knee grow fast? Okay, waving terror. I don't even know exactly what it is that you're trying to say, but big up yourself. Oil in watermelon juice. Or Orion out says Sigma quotes. Big up yourself. Aisley says, I agree. Jesus Christ is my superhero. Shout outs to you, my guy. Paul. King Rev says, that's why I asked beforehand. I can respect that. Was it you that asked what's everything about? I believe it was you. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. How many body count, my guy? Does that matter? Ooh. It depends on the person. It depends on who you are, right? So for me, because I realize that I'm a rare person, right? Not rare in that I'm much more different than everyone else because we're all made up of energy, right? But I'm rare in my taste. I'm rare in the things that I like, right? So because I understand that I'm very unique and I'm not like everyone else, I don't necessarily want to indulge in something that everyone else is indulging in, right? So when you ask how many body counts, how many bodies, for me, I don't necessarily want to explore something that everyone else is exploring. I don't want to necessarily go somewhere that everyone else has been. I want to go somewhere that is exclusive. I want to go somewhere that is sacred. I want to hang out with exclusive people. I want to hang out with people that are rare. I want to hang out with people that are unique and unlike everyone else. And for me, a lot of times, especially with women, but also with men as well, we tend to underestimate the karma that comes with hanging out or getting into relationships or having relations with people that do not necessarily love us, right? That do not necessarily have our best interests. It's just an act. It's just something that's just blah. You know what I mean? I don't know what other word to say. But we underestimate what comes with that. So for me, I just really, really like it better when I'm into it with somebody that's into it with me. As far as how many, what's the body count? I mean, it depends on the person. I can't tell you what it is that I would just come out. I can't just outright just come and say, all right, cool. If she got 50 bodies or this, that, and the third, I wouldn't date her. Highly likely, if I knew that beforehand, I probably wouldn't. But 9 times out of 10, you don't necessarily always know that beforehand, right? But there's no telling where that person is in life at the current moment. You understand what I'm saying? There are times and there are instances where certain people, certain women, get to the point where it's like, all right, they're tired of the bachelorette life and now they want to settle down with the good guy or whatever it is. So also have to be mindful of that. So for me, I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't know. But to be completely honest with you, I like sacred. I like pure. I like women. Listen, if she had a boyfriend, right, or she had, you know, 4 or 5 different relationships or whatever before this. I mean, we're adults. We're in our 30s, right? You can't necessarily expect the person that you're dating to have always just been a virgin, right? But as long as it's not a case of, she's not healed or she expresses herself in a certain type of way, and we all know what it is that we're talking about. I want to say it doesn't matter, but it does to a degree. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It definitely matters to your ego for sure. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't necessarily want what everyone else had. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, So I hope that sort of answers your question. If not, maybe I'll answer your question at another time. Are you Wesley Snipes? Not today. Listen, you got to subscribe to the channel. Autism Behavioral Services. I am not Wesley Snipes, but big up to Wesley Snipes. You name a car brand for an edit. Someone asked me that 3 times or maybe 4 already. Gunzorig. Also, this time I'm gonna say a Bentley. I'm gonna say Bentley this time. All right, we probably have to get rid of this person. Hide that person from this channel. Thank you so much, Aisley. Yeah, I definitely have to respect. Respect goes a long way. Just a little bit of respect goes a long way. It all starts with self-respect. Learning how to respect yourself, and then learning how to respect yourself and love yourself. You learn how to respect and love other people, right? So, yeah, you know what I mean. Black on the outside and white on the inside. I guess you could say that. Who knows? But the battle is not against flesh and blood, right? Somebody said that in the super chat, and I'm pretty sure it came from some religious book. It's not against flesh and blood, all right? So I wouldn't sit up here and say things like that. But whatever floats your boat. If that's what you want to say and that's how you think, that's what you believe, then that is on you. I'm not here to correct you, brother. Big up yourself, Chili Beans. Make sure you subscribe as well. Blazer says, yo, what's up, Blazer? Big up yourself. Connor Carter says, hey, Connor Carter. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. Oh, we've passed our goal of 15 likes. So since we've passed 15 likes, let's make it 20. And let's also make sure that we're over the 300 mark of subscribers tonight. I think, yep. Okay, so we're at 300 subscribers. Let's see if we could get to 310 subscribers by the end of the stream. I think 310 subscribers by the end of the stream is completely we're able to do that. We could do that for sure. Dead Yeti says, I'm we Todd dead. Don't know what it is you're saying, but please do not. Oh my gosh, why did you type that so many times? Hi to you, Kenny. Big up, Kenny. I've seen you in here before. Big up yourself, Kenny. Thank you for joining us. Let's get the like count up, guys. Let's get it up to 20 likes. Um, Dang it, Bobby says a name that I cannot read. Dang it, Bobby. Is that King of the Hill? Are these King of the Hill references? I'm we Todd did. I don't know what that means, to be completely honest with you. Aisley says, "What time is it for you?" So right now it is 12:17 a.m. The 13th of August, 2024, 12:17 a.m. All right, Dead Yeti. Enough of that. Enough of that, Dead Yeti. You're out of here. And I hate to have to do that, but he just keeps typing the same thing over and over. While I want to read some of these comments from people who are saying things that add value. Your voice is so soothing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. EMTKD45. Subscribe and hear the voice a lot more. Yeah. Hi, bro. I have a... Okay. All right. Not going to read that. Not going to read that. It's not even a funny troll, but I'm going to let you stay until you mess up again. Please don't mess up again. Your girl says, "Hey, yo, big up yourself. Your girl. OJ Simpson says, hello, OJ. Did get that thing oiled down. Okay, Majestic. Yeah. What jungle are you from, says OJ. The concrete one. And the one in Africa. And the forest as well. I'm from the world, man. Your favorite blonde says same. Big up yourself, your favorite blonde. Pork Daddy says, say it fast. I'm not going to say that, all right? It's 11:17 for me. Okay, 11:17. Does that mean that you're central? You may be central. Where do you live? I live on the East Coast. I live in the city. Haha, I was trying to tell you what that other dude was saying. I don't even know what it is that he was saying, but let me go ahead and read that back. Say it fast. Oh, okay. Poor Daddy, I just got it. I just got it. That's not nice. We're not going to be making fun of anyone with disabilities like that, okay? That's actually funny. But yeah, don't type it 70,000 times, right? Because then we have to clip you. Nobody wants to really clip you guys because I enjoy everything that you guys are saying. But yeah, let's not make fun of people with disabilities. That's not nice. Okay, guys? That is not nice. Yes. So again, we are at 300 subscribers. Let's get that up. Laugh out loud, good dude. Yeah, guys. But yeah, let's find happiness within ourselves. Let's learn how to be happy before we get into other relationships and start making other people unhappy. Sarah Begay says, hi, cutie. Love your lips. Thank you so much, Sarah. I would appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel. Pookie says, you're my favorite YouTuber. You helped me a lot. Thank you so much, Aisley. I appreciate that, Aisley. That's a very kind thing to say. You're one of my favorite people as well here on YouTube. I have to be completely honest with you. Guys, getting more channel, growing fast. Yes, Sunil, we are growing. We're definitely growing, man. That's what we're all about. I think more and more people need to hear what it is that we have to say here. And as a community, we come up with some really good questions, and we have some great topics as well. GVT Lies says, if you could have any one superpower, what would it be and why? That's a remarkable question to ask. If I had one superpower, what would it be and why? It would be the power to elevate the vibration of everyone in the universe. I think that would be my superpower. And I think the reason why that would be my superpower is I believe that I want everyone in the world to experience happiness and to experience joy and to experience life the way it was meant to be experienced, and not just the way that they may have been experiencing it because of the things that they're saying to themselves and the things that maybe other people around them are saying to them and what they see when they open their eyes and kind of how they see the world. So I think that would be the superpower that I would want. And I think everyone should experience the world that way, because once everyone is experiencing the world that way, it makes the world better for everyone, right? Doesn't isolate it and make it better for just a select group of people. But if everyone is happy, the world's a better place. The world's a safer place. You know, you go places and you see people, you meet people from different environments, from, you know, different cultures, different colors, and they communicate on that frequency. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be the superpower that I would want, right? Because I think that's the superpower that would impact the world the way that it was supposed to be impacted. Hopefully, 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 hopefully that answers your question. Oh, Aisley says we have reached 20 likes. What is the goal now? Let's get the goal up to 25 likes. 21. Thank you, Sunil. And we're still at 300 subscribers. How many subscribers are we at right now? I think we could get. Oh, we're at 303. Excellent. The goal is 305 at least, at the minimum. But yeah, let me go back and read some more of these questions that you guys had asked. Okay, that superpower one was really good. Madi is already in 2024. Okay, so GVT Live says that's deep. Big up yourself, man. That's an excellent question. I appreciate that question. Yeah, but I think that superpower is definitely something that would benefit everyone. You dig what I'm saying? And we wouldn't need to see through, you know, walls and to, like, you know, attack people with lasers and all of that other stuff. You get what I'm saying? And everybody gets to experience the world how it was meant to be experienced. What is your favorite? Okay, we're not gonna be talking about sex positions. I'm sorry. That's not what we're gonna do. GVT Live says subbing for that one. I really appreciate that. Jack Mark says nice lips you got there. Big up yourself, my guy. Thank you for the compliment. But yeah, I would much rather that compliment come from maybe a female, right? I'd be more comfortable with that. But thank you either way. I appreciate it. Mona Whitaker says Harris 2024. Harris 2024. Well, guess what, Mona? My actual last name is Harris. A lot of people, well, if you've been on this channel, you know that I'm a Harris as well, and you do know that my Harris comes from the same place that Kamala Harris's family comes from as well. But yeah, Harris 2024 sounds good. But make sure you guys are voting for the right reason, not just voting because, you know, you like the person better, or voting because, you know, that person gender or that person's color or anything like that. Make sure you're voting for the policies. Make sure you're voting for whatever you feel like is better. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hey, I'm back drawing. Big up yourself, Matt. Matt, I'm glad you're back drawing, man. I'm glad you're back drawing. Have you done one night stand? I have in the past. I may not have gone into it with the intentions of it being a one night stand, but however, you know, sometimes when the attraction levels are high and it's like a mutual thing, right? And then you get to talking and you get into that spiritual tango, right? And you say to her, I don't want you to do anything you wouldn't want to do, right? And she feels completely safe and she's at ease and it's not your intentions, but then you guys start kissing, right? You know, you and her, you're kissing, and then one thing leads to the next. You know, I'm not gonna front like it's never happened, but it's not something that I do anymore. It's not something that is fulfilling. It's not something that elevates my perspective or their perspective. I think great karma, I think it's better when you're with somebody and you guys actually care about each other and you guys actually love each other. I think that when you multiply that and when you combine that, I think it only brings forth good blessings and good karma. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's definitely something that I don't indulge in anymore. I don't date as much anymore. Sometimes you go out on dates and, you know, one thing just leads to another. You don't even know when the hell it got here. You understand what I'm saying? That wasn't even your intentions, but you never really know sometimes too, because a lot of times you're with women, you don't know that their sex drive a lot of times is high as well. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas you might be going into the situation just completely trying to get to know the person, and they may be going into the situation just wanting what they want. Guys too, but yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not, yeah, man, I like mutual attraction. I think there's nothing better than mutual attraction. You know what I mean? Yeah. And mutual love and trust and all of that stuff. Smokes, let's go, says Trump 2024. You clowns. Okay, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Not just because she's just a woman. You seem really respectful and nice. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself nice, to be honest. I would just consider myself honest. I think I'm honest. I would consider myself as honest, but the other side of me is I want to, treat other people how I want to be treated as well. So I think respect is due to everyone. I think it's, you know, if you get to know me and you know me in real life, I love banter. Like I really love to banter my friends. I really love that sort of stuff, right? And if you spend any amount of time around me, you really know that that's who I am and that's how my personality is. And a lot of people do love it. Some people do get annoyed by it, but the ones that do get annoyed by it and don't realize that I'm not, I am trying to kind of get under your skin a little bit, but not with malice, just to be mischievous a little bit. But yeah, as far as being nice and nice, I wouldn't consider my nice. I would say respectful. I try to be respectful. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Do you roll doobies in a van down by the river? K Kara, I do not roll doobies anymore. I did roll doobies. There was a point in time when I used to smoke at the very minimum an eighth a day, but I do not smoke anymore. I do not if you smoke, I don't have a problem with it, but I just know that I'm past that stage. It doesn't really do anything for me anymore, so I just don't indulge in it. There was a point in time when that's how I wanted to experience this dimension. That's how I wanted to experience life. And that's how I was experiencing life, right? And a part of it was because I wanted to get away from what it is that was going on around me. And then I got to the point where I just started to just face up to what it was. And now, yeah, I just realized that I don't need it. So I don't roll doobies. But big up yourself if you do. By the way, my name is a joke. Government lies. I know, I could tell. You have really pretty eyes, says Aisley. Thank you so much, Aisley. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, you beautiful, beautiful soul. I have really severe ADHD, so I have a lot of trust issues and anxiety. How should I handle that? That is a brilliant question. Severe ADHD and you have a lot of trust issues. Well, from my perspective, right, and don't quote me on this, right, but I would think one of the major things that you should do is to just try to come to a state of balance and a state of calm, right? Control your breath. Whenever you feel anxious, just breathe, right? I think that sounds cliche and that sounds like something everybody would say, right? But at the end of the day, we underestimate oxygen. We underestimate just bringing in and taking a deep breath and kind of pausing from the world around us, right? To go even deeper than that, breathe silently by yourself, right? Meditate, close your eyes, go inward, right? Sometimes we have to seek the source of what the issue is. What's the source of the problem? Why am I anxious? Explore that inside of you first before you even explore it in the world, right? Go inward and face that face that anxiety, right? Take the power away from that anxiety, right? Look that anxiety in the face and realize that that anxiety is really coming from your ego, from your lower self, right? You also have another voice. You also have a higher self that's inside of you, right? That has this calmness about it, the ultimate calmness. Even when you're in a crazy situation where you might be doing something drastic, right? If you listen to that voice, that calm voice, it's going to tell you precisely what the answer to this question is. It's going to tell you precisely what it is that you need to do. But it's such a calm voice. It's not going to have any emotions to it, right? It may not always tell you what you want to hear, what your ego wants to hear, right? But get your ego on board with that calm voice, that calm part of yourself. And I think that's one way that you could kind of deal with your ADHD, right? Although I am no professional in regards to that, but yeah, take a deep breath, go inward, face what it is that you're doing, or face what it is, but face it from a perspective of complete calmness, right? That's what I would say. Evolutionary Shift says, what is your sign? Well, I am a Virgo. Virgo. Congrats on cutting out smoking. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. You guys, how many subscribers are we on right now? I know we're past 303. I absolutely know we are past 303. We have to be. We have to be, right? Right? I think we're still on 303. But we'll see after the video is, after everything is done. But I do appreciate you guys for subscribing. We definitely passed 300 today. We have, like, in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, man, we doubled. We really doubled the amount of subscribers that we have. So thank you guys for that. Would not be able to do it without you guys. And also, keep in mind that we are heading to 25 likes. So yeah, guys, keep liking the video. Boy, you need a good slap to steer you out of the path of reality. You have a serious superiority complex, my friend. It's a common trap for ex-addicts. Bravo. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. I don't know what you're talking about. Find a place to volunteer. Get outside your own head by providing services to someone or something else. Excellent, Tinkzilla. Government Lies says thanks. Aisley says you are beautiful no matter what you are. Not going to be perfect because you're human, but you are God's amazing child, and never forget that. Absolutely. I think that's something that everyone should really live by, right? To understand that we are all connected. We are all one, right? So I'm not just me existing as somebody that's just completely independent or different from you, right? Like, I'm just you in a different body. I'm energy in a different body. You are energy in a different body, right? And Rastafarians, they always use the term I and I, right? Or Aya, right? And it's just speaking from, complete oneness, right? Just realizing that we are really all one. But yeah, the ego separates us, right? And that sense of identity that's always changing, right? How I will identify as a black man, or I will identify as Jamaican, I will identify as American, I will identify as, a person from New York City, or from the state of New York, or whatever it is, right? And it's always changing right throughout the day, right? It's always changing. It's never one thing, right? So we have to think beyond that. We have to think beyond the ego. And I'm not here to say that the ego is a bad thing and we should not have the ego. Because if you do not have an ego and you are in this dimension, then you would cease to exist. And that's probably not what you would want. So, yeah. Government Lies says, thank you so much for your advice. I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Bravo, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anything that we could do to help one another. That's what we want to do. What's your favorite color? What is your favorite color? Great question. Yes. Okay. So one more like. Absolutely. Oh, it says 23 over here. It might be 24, but it says 23. So we want to get to 25. Once we get to 25, we're going to start calling it a night. So let's say we're probably going to be in for about another 10 minutes, and hopefully we're able to get that. Oh, yours says 24. I don't know why mine says. So yeah, I guess that is what we need then. So we just do need one more. Oh yeah, I see 24 over here, but I only see 23 up here. Yeah, guys. So we need that one more like. One more like. It says 24 now. Okay. My favorite color, interchangeable, right? I see 25. Excellent, guys. Wonderful, wonderful. We have reached 25 likes. My favorite color, I think when I was younger, my favorite color was red. But I have so many favorite colors. I like blue, right? I like green. And it changes. It's not just one specific color. I don't just have this one favorite color that's just my favorite color. But when I was younger, because when my mom and my dad kind of bought a car, and they kind of took me from where I was, and I started seeing all of these red lights whenever anybody pressed the brakes. As I grew older, I started realizing, oh, that's when you press the brakes, you see the red lights in the back. So I would always just be fascinated by those red lights. I thought it was just very pretty. So yeah, when I was younger, I would say red, but there are many colors that I really love and appreciate, and there's beauty in every single color, if I'm completely honest with you. Yeah, we have that one more like, Aisley, and she says her favorite color is baby blue. Baby blue is an absolutely beautiful color. Yeah, baby blue is a beautiful color. But yeah, guys. So as we kind of wind down, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank each and every person that liked this video. I want to thank each and every person that subscribed to the channel. I want to thank Aisley for helping us out tonight. I want to give a big special shout out to DJ Scoot. I want to give a big special shout out to Asia, who weren't able to make it here tonight. Aisley says, I don't want you to get off. I'm gonna look, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with some soccer, like around maybe like 11 a.m. or something like that, right? Like I'll just do some soccer before I head out to work. And then I'll be back later on tomorrow, later on tonight, not tomorrow night, because it actually is, we actually are in the 13th. But I will be back tomorrow night. So you guys, there will be another topic for us to discuss. And we're going to get to know each other. We're going to get to sit down and, we're going to get more subscribers. And as the channel grows, once we get to 500, we're going to start giving back to the community. So I do want you guys to stick around for that. I do want to see some familiar faces so that I've given back to people in the community. But let's see. Let's read some more of these comments before we go. Taco VR says his or her favorite color is green. That's actually my mother's favorite color. My mom loves green and brown for some reason. She loves green and brown. Those are her favorite colors. All color is a caller tag, a name. I don't know what that means. An aura. An aura? Is that what you were trying to say this whole time? Okay. All right. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video. 1 million dimes equals 100K. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. Art of Mind 555. If I had 1 million dimes, I'd probably put a down payment on a house upstate. I think that's what I would do. Put a down payment on a house upstate, but not too far upstate. Somewhere that my daughter could kind of just, come and just hang out and whatnot. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Aisley. Aisley says I will be back tomorrow for sure. Thank you so much, Aisley. I look forward to seeing you. 1 million quarters equals 250K. Big up, big up. Like 1 million quarters would be an even better down payment on a house upstate, right? I feel like that would be a better down payment on a house upstate. I feel like we could put a down payment on a nicer house, you know, and kind of just branch out and get some more houses in different places, different states, and travel a little bit more. You know what I mean? I think everyone should travel. I think traveling is something that everyone should do. Aisley says, "Gotta go to bed, guys. Bye bye. Good night, Aisley, and thank you so much for helping us out by being a moderator tonight. We are all gonna sign off in a few minutes. A King 33 says K is IC. All right, thank you so much. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being a part of our stream tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this stream and every other stream, every night actually that we do this stream absolutely spectacular. I really appreciate it. It could not have been the stream it was without you guys. Thank you for your contribution in the chat. Thank you to the trolls for keeping it a little bit respectful. It wasn't that disrespectful tonight. Absolutely, Aisley. Thank you so much for helping out tonight as well. But thank you, guys. Thank you to everyone. I really appreciate everyone. Remember to be kind to yourself. Say kind things to yourself. Put kind things in your subconscious. Tomorrow when you wake up, be kind to yourself as well. Right as you go right throughout the day. You know what I mean? And yeah. You'll impact the world around you positively, and you will impact yourself. And just make sure you're believing those kind words that you're telling yourself with every fiber inside your body, right? You have what it takes to overcome any obstacle that is in your life. Please remember that. And I love each and every one of you. Big up yourself. But the ultimate love is the love that you have for yourself. Never forget that. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.